So today what I want to show you is graphic card support or support brackets, what they are, how they can be used, and do you really need them? So stick around. Now, right here, I have my original graphics card, and this one is just a 1060. Nothing special about this. Quite a few generations old, and pretty small in comparison to anything new, especially those 490s that are out. So, but I'm just using this as demonstration purposes. So now, graphics card support or support bracket is basically when the graphics card is in the machine, it would be facing this way to you. So this is what you would see. It's either that or it's going to be facing this way if you're doing a vertical mount. And the support bracket would go underneath it in probably somewhere between midway and the outer edge. And what it does is it supports it from sag, because over time, the only thing that's holding it up is this. So all this weight out here is actually, it's drooping. It's trying to do this, but it's really starting to kind of go, this corner's starting to drop a little bit. And you'll get that over time, especially with a heavier card. There's some people that swear by you don't need them. For lighter cards, something like this, you don't need it. I had this in a couple of my builds when I first started. I never had sag on this card. Now, generally, it takes quite a long time to get that sag or where you can really see it. But if you can just see it slightly, I actually recommend them. And that's just my personal preference. It's not a guarantee that it's going to sag, but with those 490s, those are heavy. So in order to solve this, now again, you can actually, if it's in a vertical state, if you mount it like this, what you do is you put it somewhere in here. You can see there's heat sink spots on this. So what you want to do is actually put it on the plastic part, not on the heat sink part, and not on the circuit board. So you would want to flip it like this and put it like here or somewhere in this area. Maybe not so much halfway on this if it's vertical mounted, but maybe like, somewhere there and beyond. So let's just talk about them for a minute, and I'll show you some examples of what I have here. Here is made by Up Here, and this one I have in my main PC. Right now, I took it out because I was working on another video, and I decided to leave this out just so I can demonstrate, because I have a 3070 Ti, which is a bit heavier than this. So I like the support in there. But this one may get replaced, but we'll see about that in the future here. So this one, you can see what it does is it mounts in 3 different spots. And when you have your graphics card in like, let's put it the correct way, in like this, so you'd be looking at it like this, what this does is it overlaps 2 of those, and then the third one can go below it. All right, so that's kind of what it would look like in there. Now, to go along with that, there's, I don't have it out right now, but there's a little rubber stop. There's a little rubber stop that goes on this. So you would leave a space, and you can adjust it because these holes are oblong. So you can adjust up and down, and there's a little rubber stopper that goes up, and you can slide the rubber stopper anywhere you want on this, and that's what's going to support the bracket. Now, you don't want to put a lot of tension on it, just enough just to basically just come up and touch it and just get a little bit of the weight off of it. Nothing crazy. So this is kind of one of the options you can go for. Up Here does make other options. They also make, which I don't have here, is one that would stand vertical, and if your card is in like this, it would basically go on the end like this, and then you would have a height adjustment on this part, and that would allow you to, however deep your PC goes beyond the graphics card, would allow you to adjust for a height like this. And it would have like a base on the bottom where it would stand. We do have, I'll talk about this one in a minute, but I have other options here I wanted to kind of take out and look at. These are, the packaging isn't really good on these. And these are pretty basic. These are very cheap, $5 to $10 each. I think I spent about $10 or $15 on this, somewhere in there. I could be lying, so check the description down below. I'll put in the links. So there's this one, right? This has got a little rubber top to it here. It's kind of nice. And nope, it's not just one height. It's actually adjustable, and it's threaded. So basically, you put it in there. You put it under the unit. Oh, it's got a rubber on the bottom too, so you can kind of see it there. And this goes from a specific height, which I don't have because I have a bunch of them here, so I didn't get all the specifications, but this goes to a specific height, and it probably, I don't know if this stops or it comes out, so let's check. This is goes pretty high, so it looks like it goes about double the distance. So I'm waiting for it to drop out of my hands here. Oh, there we go. So it does fully come out. So you want to be at least a few threads in if you had to use it like that. And of course, the higher you go, the more flex it's going to have. So, and then also it's got that wing nut. I forgot about that. So actually it's not going to have as much flex as I thought. So you put that all the way down and you lock that in. Now it's got no flex. So I love standing corrected in some of these. It's fine. I've never used this one or any of these, except for the first one I showed you, the up here one. So there's something like this you can get. And if we move on, these are kind of the same, but I got some different lengths. And I just wanted to demonstrate. You can also have one different colors. It's made by a different company here. It says graphics cards. It's got a black bottom and a white top, and I don't know if that, oh, it does come off. So it's got a sticky, I don't know if I like that. So you peel that white part off, and it's actually sticky underneath. I don't know why you would want it sticky. Moving around or something, I don't know. Anyway, this can adjust also. And it's also got the wing nut on it. So you put this down, and whatever spot you find, you lock it into place, and you're good to go. So that's another option. Different colors, and you can tell by the bases of those two, one is taller than the other. All right. So you gotta take your measurement from the bottom to the top, and I'm going to demonstrate on the She-Hulk build here. I might be using, I have a shorty that I want to show you. Here's another option. This one's got like a square look to it, which is a little different. There's no writing on it. It's still got that rubber bottom, rubber top. It still acts the same. Comes about double the distance out. You still have that lock ring that can go down and lock into place. So you can really get some decent heights out of these, you know, for adjustment. And I guess if you're comparing these guys, it looks like the two black ones are very identical. Now, I don't know about the max height, but the two black ones are very identical to height as far as I think at least the shortest you can go is pretty much the same. Now, this one is the one I might be using in the She-Hulk. Now, you can tell from the She-Hulk over here, this is a vertical mount. So there's a little bit of sag in it because it's mounted on that side. So what I want to do is put it over there by the bobblehead, the She-Hulk bobblehead, and just give it a little bit of help. And I wish they had a white one, but I didn't find one in this particular brand. So look at this cutie. Now if we're going to compare it to, I guess, the first black one, That's it. That's it. Oh, it's magnetic. I feel them propelling each other. So it's magnetic. So I'm wondering, interesting. It must stick to something. Yep, there we go. Look at that. I wonder if these all are. Okay, they all are magnetic. Well, okay, this one is not. Ah, this one is. So all the black ones are in here. The silver one is not. So this one, like I said, this one can unscrew also. It's got the same wing nut, but this doesn't go nearly as high, and I think I'm going to be keeping it. Wow. How's that possible? Oh. This has got like a double height adjustment on it, almost. So it's got like, see, that's interesting. So that's kind of cool. You can kind of play around with that and get your exact height. Ah, see, I did. Okay, it does have a ring in it. See, it's separate from both of those pieces. So you can get sort of double the height out of it because it has two threaded portions in it. Very cool. I actually did not know that about this one, and I actually took this apart and sort of put it under there quickly. This was like, I got these a couple of months ago, and I've just been sitting on them waiting to make a video. And the last but not least, we have like a rogue one. This is by Asus, and this one's kind of cool. I might use this in my main build. I don't know yet. You kind of get a fancy box with that kind of opens up, kind of neat. You get some writing in there, and this is what you get. You can kind of see it in there. I haven't taken this stuff off. Look at that. You got some more peely peels on this. So the way that this one works, you got two things. One, this is RGB. I don't know if it's got different patterns or different lights. That's something I haven't tested. I haven't even hooked this up. We do have a bubble. I don't know if that plastic piece is... Oh, it comes off. Okay. I guess you don't need to keep it in there. But I was trying to figure out why it has this little slider bubble, or this little slider. It doesn't affect the bubble. So anyway, that goes in there like that. And then for its a height adjustment, you have a little button here for it to go all the way down, or you can raise it up that high. So that's kind of cool. And this button lowers it. So that's kind of cool. And then if you want a fine adjustment, so that's the whole height. So it can go up that high, plus you have a little dial right here, and it brings up that. You can go that much higher. So that would be your max height right there. Now if you push just this button with that other one up, that other one does not come back down. You have to manually go down with that. All right, so I got the lights down, mainly turned off, just so we can see the RGB in this a little bit better. I got my motherboard hooked up, power supply hooked up, and we're just gonna give this a go, and let's see what it looks like. I think I saw something flash. Let's turn this on. Oop. There we go. All right. Kind of cool so far. Wish I had something to back it up because you're kind of seeing the motherboard too, but you can kind of get an idea. Oh, sorry, that was my phone going off. Kind of looks cool. I'm sure you can change the color of that. That's not going to be like that yellow greenish color the whole time. There's got to be a way to change that because it is RGB. Oh, the things I do for you guys. So I went ahead and downloaded the Gigabyte RGB Fusion 2.0, and that, even though this is Asus, it's still going to control it. It's just motherboard RGB. That's all this is about. So we can see this is roughly the same color that we had. We can go to like a a gray or a white-ish color. We could do red. Right back to that orangish, well, there's an orange color. That's yellow. That's a green. There we go. There's like a light blue or turquoise-ish color. There's a blue and a purple. And we can go anywhere also in the color wheel, whatever we want to choose. And we can kind of just, I'm just floating around here in the colors. And here's like a yellow. I'm trying to get to this yellow. There's a yellow. All right. Color cycle. So you can go through a whole bunch of colors. You can set it to music or random or your game. Let's see. We can adjust the speed so it's up. So this will change probably faster. Let's see. Speed is all the way up right now. So it's going to go through all these colors pretty quick. I mean, that's kind of cool. Yeah, but I think what it is it's just, it's one color displaying from the top here. It's projecting it downwards. Or you do have the option in here to basically turn it off. And boom, it's all the way off. No issues. So that's pretty cool. All right, maybe you also want to see, this is basically what it would look like if you were to put this on top of here. Let me back it out just a little bit here. You can kind of tell a little bit what that would look like. Maybe not inside of case, but that's what it would look like with a graphics card on top of it. All right, guys, so I did not forget about this little guy here, and what I want to do is actually install it in there. I'll just give you a little show and tell on kind of how to install it. I think I'm going to try and zoom in right there so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm just knelt down here, and what we want to do is see where this is awesome that it's magnetic, and it's not going to scratch it because it's got that little rubber piece underneath. So I want to figure out, is this spot going to be good enough? Because I can lift it and put it under and it looks a lot better, or I can put it here and adjust it so it goes up. It's 6 one, 1/2 dozen the other. I think I'm going to raise it slightly, and we will come, this one adjusts in 2 different ways, so I have to figure out how, because the top portion doesn't look like it's going to lock. So maybe we'll do the bigger portion. And I can see that right there looks like a pretty good height. So I'm going to lock the ring, and maybe just a hair bigger. We're going to lock the ring, check it again. Not too bad. We just have to lift it slightly. And maybe I'll put it way out here. And that's it. That's installed. It doesn't look too bad. I wish it was in white, maybe in the future. Well, that's going to do it for me. If you liked any of these products I showed and demonstrated here, go ahead and check them out down below in the description. I do provide you with a link. It is an affiliate link, which means I do make a small percentage on anything you purchase. Anything you do purchase, don't worry, it's not going to cost you any more money whether you use the link or not. But the other thing I do want to tell you is that the purchases that you make, I do not see who you are, what your name is, nor where you're located around the world. So go ahead and check those out if you want. Also, go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know that you like the video and you're supportive of the channel. Also, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon right next to it to let you know whenever I post another video, it will let you know. And other than that, feel free to leave a comment down below if you wish or with any questions. So that's going to do it for me. I'm done. I'm out of here. So take care.